And one year, this Wall Street guy flew me in a helicopter to DC.
For serious?
Valentine's Day makes guys go crazy. They love it.
Men hate Valentine's Day.
They don't act like they hate it.
That's because you look like Sofia Vergara.
She's a young girl. I think she's been a little misguided, and I think that all she wants to do is just find, you know, connections. And I think she's found that with the group, the Latina group, if you will, with Gloria and Diane and Flaca and all the other Latina girls. I think she just wants to feel part of something, and I think she's definitely found that.
How do you feel to be part of that team?
I think it's great. I mean, I feel really good to be part of something like this. You know, I think that as a Latina living in America, I've always experienced some sort of, you know, inequality. Not always, of course, but like you do feel a little different, and you feel like there's not a lot of you being represented, like the transgender community, the LGBT community, the Latino community, the African American community. You know, I like that I'm part of the show that has all this stuff in one. I think that, you know, a lot has been said about, well, why is it being showed in a prison? And you know, this is just one story, and I think that we're just telling one story where there's a million stories to be told.
How does your character evolution in season 2?
Well, I think that in the beginning, in the first season, she's definitely has more attitude and is kind of shown as more of an angry young lady. I think that for second season, you get to see a little bit more of her softer side. She's still playful, but I think that she opens up a little bit more about who she is. And I think that you see her connections with her friends a little more, instead of being so harsh and so kind of like in your face all the time.
Why'd you change the station?
That reggaeton shit gives me a headache. It's the same thing over and over. How come none of these stations play the Smiths?
Cause it's pussy music.
How Soon Is Now? It's like an 80s anthem.
Bitch, you were born in '92.
So
you don't know shit.
Living in New York, how did you prepare? Did that help you prepare for your character?
Yeah. I mean, you have to be hardcore in New York, definitely, if you're navigating the streets. You know, people don't take anything from you, and you certainly don't take anything from them. I think I've always been sort of like that, though. You know, I have some parts of Maritza inside me, the don't mess with me side, you know, and I think that I brought that to the character.
How do you think Latinos are doing in Hollywood?
Well, I definitely think that they're being represented more. I mean, there was Betty La Fea, and there were other shows, and with George Lopez and Devious Maids. I think that it's getting better. I think that you know, more roles need to be out there, and I think that our story needs to be told a lot more and not just so one-sided. I think there's so many stories that we have to share.
What would be your ideal project?
I want to communicate my story and a lot of story of Latinos, la experiencia migratoria, but I also want to kind of show the relationship that some actors have, like, you know, like Seth Rogen and you know, the funny guys. I want to like create a little funny group like that, but for Latinos. You know, I think we should a little posse like that, and always have films and always have stuff and telling our stories in funny ways and sad ways. And I think we should have a strong little group that way too.
What do you think has been the biggest lesson that you've learned in this business?
Not to give up, and not to take anything personally. I mean, every day you're out there showing who you are, showing what you can do, proving yourself time and time and again, and a lot of times you get a no. And sometimes you get shut down and told that you're not good enough, or you're not, you know, you're not talented enough, or whatever it is. And I would say the biggest thing I've learned is to just keep going and never, ever, ever stop, and never take no for an answer. Somebody may say no, but someone else may say yes.